everybody. Welcome to the Boricua BC2 show. I'm your host, Bill Cancel. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend, everybody. We are here. Thank God. It's been a rough week. Ended yesterday miserably with the illustrious Supreme Court rulings that we all heard about, know about. I'm probably going to do a deep dive on that tomorrow. I need a couple of days to percolate on that. It was a bad decision. There's no two ways about saying that. I think that they just created more of a mess than anything else, which is pretty effed up, if you will. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But today is the winning show. And the winning show is very important, especially on days like today, after coming from yesterday, to continue to try to understand how we are still actively winning this battle. There's still new, fresh things that are happening across the country for the Democrats that are showing that we are making headway into what we're doing. And just keep in mind that we are in a war, we are not in a battle, right? And in a war, there will be multiple battles, and we're not going to win them all. Some battles we will lose, and some battles we will win. We just got to make sure that we're winning the key battles, and I think that we are. So let's get started. Number one, obviously, everybody knows about this. This is from X.com and IT.com. Zohar Mandami wins New York City Democratic mayoral primary, a stunning upset victory over Andrew Cuomo, sealing the Democratic nomination for New York City mayor. He's energizing progressive campaign, emphasize affordability housing and free services. This is a real big wrench for the Democrats because I've been out here being very vocal for many months now, wondering where is the Democratic Party? We have our progressive side, we have our old school, old guard side. They're not coming together. They're distancing. Um, Hopefully, they can take advantage of this situation as a unification because this is what the people want, right? I mean, this is what they're saying. The old school's done. I was on the show yesterday with Johnny Gen X, um, and we talked about the average age of the population in the United States is 38. 38 is the average age of the population in the United States. They don't want 70 and 80-year-olds anymore. They don't. They want people who could speak their language, who could talk their age and get them to what we need to get through. So hopefully the Dems will wake up on this one. Dorsey Appleyard secures Albany mayoral election. Appleyard is the first black and likely second female mayor of Albany, won the Democratic primary, effectively cinching Clinton the office in this Democratic stronghold. That's by TimesUnion.com. Alvin Bragg, another name we know, wins Democratic primary for Manhattan DA. Incumbent DA Alvin Bragg was renominated to a second term after defeating challenger Patrick Timmons, preserving a progressive prosecutorial approach in Manhattan. That was by AP News. The Democratic generational shift, in quotes, spotlighted. Mandami's win underscores a rising young progressive movement within the party, aligning with figures like AOC and Bernie Sanders. That's from the Washington Post. Democrats, are you getting it? Upset in state legislative special elections. Special elections, we are killing it on. We are killing it on special elections. Democrats flipped Iowa Senate District 35 and Pennsylvania Senate District 36 in special elections since March, each outperforming 2024 margins by 10 points. Excuse me, that's by Wikipedia. This is the big one in my home state of New York. New York State Senate flipped in Trump-leaning district. Sam Sutton handily won the special election for the New York State Senate District 22, a seat Trump carried by 55 points in 2024. That's a slap in the face to Donald Trump, and that's by Democrats.org. Democrats maintain key state chambers. Special election victories have helped Democrats hold the Minnesota State Senate, Pennsylvania House, and both chambers in Virginia. That's by Wikipedia. The DNC elects Ken Martin as the new chair on February 1st, 2025. Democrats chose Ken Martin. That's old news. We know about that. This is more of a policy win or a messaging win than an actual win, but it's important to note. Dem setback for restricting Iran war powers through the Senate. Though the Senate rejected a Democratic-led resolution to limit Trump's military action authority, the effort raised public attention on war powers, still seen as a policy win for messaging and framing. So that was by CBS News. Sustained momentum for progressive organizing. The Progressive Change Campaign Committee reported a surge in signups following the Mandami's win, evidence of growing grassroots energy ahead of the midterms, and that's by Political.com. So let's take a step back for a minute here. If you haven't watched my show with former Mayor Ryan Connerty, former Mayor of Santa Cruz, Ryan Connerty, we talk about the split between the the Democrats. And I would encourage you to watch it. It's on Substack, it's on YouTube. Um, it's on Blue Sky as well too. And in my perception, and His Honor kind of made me feel this way, is that we have two sets of Democratic parties right now. We have the Democratic Party in DC, which is split unto itself, progressive and old school. And then you got the Democratic Party in the states below, right? The Democratic Party in the states below is kicking ass. There's no way around it. If you look at this report, if you've been watching this show for a couple of weeks, you will see that the state's Democratic Party is kicking ass. Somehow that message hasn't gotten to the DC group yet, aside from the progressive. The progressive got it, right? They know what they need to do, but the old guard, which still seems to be in control, hasn't gotten the message yet. And this is really disturbing. It's the same Democratic Party, right, that we're talking about here. We're not talking about a brand new Democratic Party. We're talking about the same Democratic Party and how they cannot laterally mesh and then downward mesh to the states is beyond me. If those three factions got together, we would be unbeatable. And I can't for the life of me still don't understand why is it taking so long to do this. I mean, it's I'm stumped. I've been active on social media for 7 years, 8 years now. Podcasting for 6 months now. Very vocal on politics and so on and so forth. This is the number one thing that I am literally at odds over. That I literally pull my hair out of my head over. I just don't get it. Um, and I don't know what they're waiting for. I really don't know what they're waiting for. But these are the wins for the week. Keep that in mind. Even after days like yesterday, we're still going to get wins. The show shows you that we're getting wins, although they're down in the States and we have the progressives in DC. Things are happening. We are still pushing and fighting hard. Keep that in mind and keep the faith. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.